All right, welcome everyone. Hope everyone is having a good evening. I'm Walter Scott, and I have a special guest today. Before I introduce him, I just want to let you guys know the purpose of this video. I'm doing a 8-part series on the champion method. I've worked with student athletes for the last 12 years, and this method has really worked in the sports environment. And I thought it's time to, ask business professionals how have they used some of these same principles in their work life, and how they made a difference, and how has it helped them be successful. I think the champion method can be applied not only in sports but business and just life in general. So excited to have Stacy Stewart as my guest this evening. Stacy, in my opinion, is one of the best videographers in Dallas Fort Worth, as well as he works in corporate America. He's a family man, just a great man overall. So, Stacy, if you would just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are.
Thanks a lot, Walter. I sure appreciate it. And first and foremost, thank you for having me. It's really an honor and a privilege. Basically, I am Stacy Stewart. I am a videographer, cinematographer, and that's what my passion is. In my profession, I am an executive broadcast conferencing analyst. So, and that's what I do. And some of the things that really enlightened me about you and the way that you approach your business. It's like I like that champion method. I've been around you, I've taped you, and it's awesome. And like I said, I'm just very happy to be a part of this series that you're doing.
I know you've had a lot of success and still are having a tremendous amount of success in the corporate world. So anything that you're going to share tonight, I know will help anybody listening. So tonight's topic, we're going to talk about inspiration. One question, I want to relate this to your business career. So how has inspiration impacted your business career? So for instance, you are a videographer and you do outstanding work. Let me ask you this first question. What inspired you? What your inspiration come from? Like what drew you to videography?
Okay. Great question. Great question. Actually, I actually started not actually in the corporate world with videography. I started when my son was in the second grade. He was 7 years old, and I wanted to tape his activities. And it was this new forum out there that I could share since I'm in Dallas and all my family was in Oklahoma City. It was this new thing called YouTube that just came out, and I started to share videos. And that was the beginning of it. And then as it started to evolve and I really started to study and get into it, I found out that I love it. And that became a passion. And then to the point where even at my job, they noticed that that was my passion. And I kind of made a transition over into that area. And now, which I'm heavily involved now at the job. So that's pretty much got me the passion of just being able to create content and just be and be creative with visual images. It's a passion of mine, and that's about it.
So you're working with the same company that you always worked for?
I've been with my company for 25 years now. I had a brief hiatus. We had a reduction in force about 2 years ago, which was a bittersweet situation. It was bitter because it was reduction in force and I was affected by it. But it was sweet because then it gave me an opportunity to really explore and open and do what I really wanted to do. And that was videography and cinematography. And that's when I really transferred from just doing the video style and type of videos to narrative videos, which is feature films and shorts. And so I've been doing that for about 2.5 years now. with the feature films and shorts. And to me, it's been a game changer as far as knowledge and growing. And I'm still growing. I'm still learning. Uh, and and it's really driven. It's something now in me that's really just. I love it. Some folks love to go out and play golf on the weekends. I love to pull out my camera on the weekends.
The more you get into something and you evolve and you grow, it does keep you inspired to keep doing the best work possible, but also it helps you strive as an individual to become the best you can be at what you do. Um, so you kind of touched on it, that the hiatus, you um, took that time to really explore, put all your time in the Detroit videography, and that paid huge dividends for you. I mean, didn't your company bring you back, and now what you're doing in your current role has a heavy focus
Oh yeah, oh
in
yeah,
terms of
yeah, definitely,
videography.
definitely. When I was with the company and I was in management and IT, and I loved my job. I love my job. It's hardware logistics, and it was very challenging and interesting, and I really enjoyed it. But now that I'm back, I'm actually kind of parallel with what I'm doing for my passion. And thank goodness my management, they understand my passion as well. And it's synchronization of both worlds. And hey, I'm blessed to be able just to be able to go in, get paid to do what I love. And
Yeah.
like they say, if you love what you do, you never have to work a day in your life.
Yeah. Throughout my journey, it's when I have to keep getting better. You, especially when you're a small business owner, it's a lot of work. To you have some success, but to really get where you want to go, it's a ever ongoing process. You always have to work and strive to get better. Um, but the one thing that has come out of it is it's grown me, tremendously. But I saw, the importance of staying inspired, like waking up every day, trying to get a little bit better. And you have to, like you said, you have to really enjoy what you do. You have to love what you do, to keep getting better. What do you draw your source of inspiration from as a videographer?
It's constant growth. It's constant trying to grow and learn something new. Because to me, in this business, you can do it for a lifetime and still, it's so much out there. You're going to constantly learn. And on top of that, though, it's good to have a mentor. It's good to have someone that's been there and done that, leaps and bounds to where you want to be, and so you can bounce things off of that individual. So, and I always try to keep mentors around so I can have that bouncing board.
No, you've been doing videography. Was it 15 years?
Yeah, about 15
Yeah,
years.
yeah. So even at that point, you're still seeing the need that I can always get better. And I think that's to really ties in with inspiration. Like something has to inspire you, something has to um, drive you, and to want to get better, to not just say, hey, I've been doing this a while, it's how I've done it, and I'm just going to try to stay here. But I always want to keep pushing the envelope, try to make it a little bit better, a little bit better. um, so yeah, so I heard, like I said, I heard, you got to make sure you pay attention to detail. You got to make sure that you constantly learn so you can get better. And other thing I heard is a mentor, somebody who's already been there, maybe a couple of steps um, beyond where you are, so they can help you grow and point things out to you, and help you keep getting better. Man, this is some good content that you are helping provide throughout this interview. And so I appreciate it. And And I feel like in doing this series that there is a, like I said, when we first got started, I've used this in the sports realm in terms of this champion method. But the more I interview business professionals, I'm seeing how these same principles make a huge difference in the business world as well. I mean, business world as well.
Right.
So yeah, so this definitely is, nothing is true today too as well in this interview. Time even in doing that where it can be mundane, like it can be tedious. So if you were to answer those two questions, like uh, speak on sometimes is that true that even though you are producing great work, sometimes things can get mundane,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, definitely.
and how does inspiration pull you through that so you can get on the other side of it and produce great work? And the other part is how can we not just gloss over the importance of being inspired and finding something on a regular basis that inspires us?
Yeah. So basically, let's say I'm doing a project and the hopes of it, you want it to turn out good, you want it to be successful or whatnot. But in reality, um, there's always something to be improved upon. I'm never satisfied. And that's just, I don't know, that may be just me. I'm very critical of what I'm doing. So it can be for a client, they can say, oh man, this is good, good, good. But in my eyes, I'm saying, okay, this is what I need to do the next time. This is what I need. I need to work on this piece because they didn't see it, but I saw it. This is piece. But and that's not only in looking at the final work, but that's even in the process of doing the work. I've had the privilege of working on, a film in which one of my mentors, Arthur Muhammad, I'm getting all types of good nuggets and learning so much. And so when I'm on this project, so on the next, when I'm picking up these nuggets. So on the next project, I'm ready to rock and roll. We're not gonna go talk about what we did on this because I'm prepared. And that's that constant, and that's part of that learning piece of the puzzle. And that's that constant piece. So I'm inspired by that. I'm inspired of that continued growth.
Stacey, this has been a phenomenal interview. So in closing, I just want you to share, two things. Any advice you can give us in closing, and that last thing, how can people find you and how can they reach you?
Okay, okay. And what I would just like to say, especially to the youth that are looking to be inspired, or if you are inspired about anything, go for it. Continue to go for it. And if you don't know how to go for it, reach out to someone to help you. And there are plenty of folks like myself and Walter and others that will help you along on your journey. It's a lot of mentors or people that will help individuals get where you want to go. And I can be reached on all social media platforms under Stacy L. Stewart. Stacy L. Stewart. It's on Facebook, Stacy L. Stewart. It's on Instagram. I'm also can be reached on both platforms with DFW Dynamic Vision Films. But Stacy L. Stewart, it's you can pretty much get there, and both accounts are linked. They're interchangeable. So, well, I sure appreciate this time, Walter.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Thank you. And